So after all that, I'm finally getting around to the question. So we're going back to my first question. Why are you here, Alice? We finished lunched and lunched? We finished lunched and sipped our after meal coffee.
ねえトール、そうやって現実から目をそらすのってどうかしら。
I'll avoid as much reality as I want.
そういうここは現実なんでしょうか。
Yeah, considering this isn't even reality.
今自分たちが立ってるところが戦場なのよ。
She seemed to be saying something good, but to me, it sounded like she was sending a soldier to his death.
それでトールはなんでそんなに辛そうな顔をしてるの？
To be honest, I don't want to go back to my classroom. I don't want them to get all worked up like before, what with their playing detective and all.
そんなの気にしないで堂々としてればいいじゃない。
Own that shit. Why is it so... Oh, burp. Sorry, we just finished lunch. Why is that so easy for you?
こういう騒ぎに巻き込まれるのって結局男の子だからじゃないかな。
Yeah, he gets caught up in pretty much everything. Like he thinks about things too much. Alice said as she finished her coffee like it was a matter of fact. Maybe when I go back to the classroom, everything will have calmed down? Oh no.
そうだったらどれだけ素敵かしらね。
It would, but not realistic. I seriously doubted that would happen. Could have just done that scene last time. Fuck it. Let's keep going. I didn't want to go back, but I had to, so I trudged back to the classroom.
Oh, Toru! 無事だったのか?
What do you mean, okay? I didn't know what Tetsuya had been worried about, but nothing bad happened, and it would have been strange for what I'd been worried about to happen anyway. But regardless, the classroom felt restless, and that made me feel awkward until school let out. I hate feeling awkward. It's like one of the worst things ever, man. I'm telling you. Well, that's it for today. I stretched. Oh, as usual, I was tired from thinking all day and night. You just want to shut off your brain every now and then. But lately, that went for the others too, not just me, so I was a little worried. I'm used to it, but... It was noisy in the hallway. When I looked over, wondering what was going on, the half-open door slid completely open, and people I didn't recognize started flooding into the classroom. Oh, no. What? Naturally, this also surprised my classmates. The teacher had just left, so there were still quite a few people left in the classroom. Wait a minute. No, don't do it. A few of those intruders had on armbands and walked straight towards me. Oh, Lord. I had a bad feeling about this.
新聞放送部です。内藤徹さんですね。取材に来ました。
I'd rather die. Go away! I had a bad premonition, so I hurriedly grabbed my bag and stood up.
なあ、そんな。せめて噂の真相だけでも。
What? I said as much truth as I could in this class. Let me go!
いいんですか？校内に流れてる無責任な噂をほっといて。ここでほら、きちんと答えてくれれば。
If you could just clear the air here, that'd be nice.
私たちがきちんとした報道をさせていただきますとも。
Oh my god. Or you'll not, and you'll just spread more rumors. One of the newspaper club members said proudly, and shoved a voice recorder in my face. Her shining smile seemed to be more about the joy of finding a juicy scoop, rather than the accuracy of the news. What rumors would those be?
兄弟の禁断の愛について一言。
Ooh, I need to squash this real quick. Goodbye! Never mind. I pushed the people who came to interview me out the way and left the classroom. They're gonna follow you, dude. It's not like...
ああ、ちょっと内藤君。
Yeah, it's not like you can just escape them. I didn't want to deal with the newspaper club anymore.
そんなこと言うと、あることないこと面白おかしく想像で書いちゃうぞ。
Oh no, that's way worse. To hell with journalistic integrity, right? I turned around without thinking as she shoved the recorder in my face again. The almost fanatical smile on her face was unchanged.
では実際の関係はやっぱり兄と妹で禁断の関係に踏み込んだっていうのは本当なんですか
Dude, she's not my actual sister. It's totally fine. Maybe I should scold them. Just as I thought that.
なーにやっぱり禁断の関係に足を踏み入れていたのか
Oh, yeah, right. She shouted that out. A group of guys with bloodshot eyes were glaring at me, and I recognized them. That's not true. And in fact, Saki and I aren't.
問答無用リアルが充実してるやつはみんなすべからく俺たちの敵だそう我だ
Anyone whose real life is fulfilling.
クリスマスは中止になりましたのかいのな
Oh no, they made their return. That dream's over already. I thought it. But the Christmas club attacked with brooms and mops like a mob in a movie. Be careful! Besides, I'm not even the one who said that.
問答無用くそさきちゃんかわいいよな
Well, yeah, I'm not gonna deny that at all.
そうだそうだだいたいさきちゃんだけでなくて弥生さんや恵子ちゃんまではべらせやがってあともう一人も誰なんだ
I feel like Tetsuya's never on my side. And now you're back too? Even Tetsuya had returned to being a Christmas club member and was attacking me.
おっと降って湧いたような大惨事これは取材のしがいがあります一体正しいのはどちらなのか
I feel like you're gonna go with whoever is juicier, really.
勝った方が正義だというわけでないと覚悟しろ
Can get my ass beat. You guys suck! When I blocked one of their mops with a mop that had been conveniently lying at my feet, I went flying backward. I threw my mop into the crowd of students who had been watching from a distance and ran the entrance. That just sounds like a crazy person. Just, huh!
逃げたぞおえ
You'll pay for this, Tetsuya! I couldn't do anything when I was this outnumbered. I left Tetsuya with that parting remark and ran away. My god. That was a whole fucking comedy skit just waiting to just spring itself on me. I sneakily changed shoes and went outside. There had been someone keeping watch at the shoe locker, so unfortunately I had no choice but to retire them for the day. It was their fault for being there.
兄さん遅かったのねどうしたの
You have no idea the troubles. Apparently the sight of me with my hands to my knees panting was confusing to Saki. I had to retire him. Saki, wait, we have to... Oh god. We have to hurry in.
早くなんで
The mob's coming. Saki tilted her head.
いたぞ妹とイチャイチャしてやがる
See? I told you. It's...
よし逃がすな捕まえろ
Oh, god damn it. People pouring out from different sections of the school were all running at me. Come on! I grabbed Saki's hand and started running.
兄さんあれもしかして
They're the guys from the Christmas club. I was half hoping that Asi would show up and stop them all at once like she did back then. Because Asi has sway over these people. For now, we have to get away. Ooh! Wonder if you can get away with that. Hey, wait. I wonder if you can get away that easily. For a moment, I thought I heard someone's voice. I almost stopped when...
新聞部です噂の真相を
A newspaper club member jumped out of the bushes and Saki immediately fired a bullet at their feet. Saki! What are you doing?
なんでかしらつい警戒しないとならない気がして
You didn't have to fucking shoot him. But she had only faced one of them. The sheer number of pursuers appearing from behind made me want to scream. How many of them are there? There was more than an entire class worth of people coming after me. Something about it made it feel like a new dream had started already. Maybe it was because of that voice I heard. Dude, who could have that voice had to have been like that Maya, right? Right?
兄さんしっかりして。
Saki's voice brought me to my senses. Come on! I didn't know what would happen to us if we got caught. I grabbed Saki's hand and started running. Pursuers in school uniforms ran after us. I remembered a game of tag involving dozens of people that I had seen on TV a long time ago.
なんでこんなことになってるのかしら。
That's what I want to know! At any rate, nothing good would happen if we were caught. I ran away as fast as I could. Good shit, man. But that voice. Hold on. We need to backtrack here for a second. We need to analyze. See, the voice said, I wonder if you get away that easily. That's totally a Maya thing. Like that, what? Like, come on. Which would make sense because we're on Saki's route, so if Maya's gonna be around more, you know, we should be safe now. After grabbing Saki's hand and running away from the school, I had finally managed to bring us this far. Even though it was winter, I was sweating. I wiped my brow and turned around. No one was following us.
兄さん手痛いんだけど。
Was I squeezing on it too much? Oh, sorry. I let go of Saki's hand only to see that her fingertips were a little white, probably from how tightly I had been squeezing her hand. She didn't look at me as she rubbed her hand. I was unable to look directly at Saki either. On our way here, that voice I had heard, and that figure I'd glimpsed in the crowd, I couldn't help but wonder about him.
ねえ兄さん。
We even saw a figure in the crowd? Oh, Jesus. What was it, Saki? I didn't know if Saki had noticed or not, but she was avoiding my gaze.
なんでもないわ。
See, if Saki noticed that too, then it's doubly apparent that it's Maya. Oh. It wasn't nothing, but I couldn't say what was on my mind. Well, now what? We were on a crowded shopping street after New Year's. We could hang out for a while if we wanted.
どうって何か予定でもあるの？
Not really. But you said you were coming to my apartment today, didn't you? We have to figure out what to eat and what to do for tomorrow.
ああ、それなら今日はやめておくわ。
What? She said this so casually, I almost nodded automatically in response. Well, huh? Really?
何？さっきお昼に泊まっていってほしくないみたいなこと言ってたくせに。
Well, it's not true. I did, but fully expected her to come over, so this was something of a surprise. Maybe I looked disappointed because Saki looked at me and smiled helplessly.
ごめんなさい。期待させちゃったかしら？
I mean, a little bit. We're at a new relationship level, so yeah, seems like it. She would probably know if I tried to act tough, and it would just make her mad, so I replied honestly.
なら、その埋め合わせは、そうね。用事が片付いたらしてあげるわ。
What do you mean by that? For some reason, that something caught my attention.
今日は、用事があったことを思い出したの。やっぱり後回しにしてちゃダメね。
What is this something? That's that important? Putting it off? Saki, you can't mean...
まさか、何？大丈夫。兄さんが心配することじゃないわ。
She didn't say it had nothing to do with me. In fact, it was something I would normally be worried about. Is it really okay?
あら、そんな真面目な顔されるとたまらないんだけど。
You don't need to look so happy about it.
じゃあ、これからうちに行く？ きっとトールちゃんから大事な話があるって言えば、お父さんもすぐに時間を作ってくれるわ。
Oh, whew. Oh boy, I need to mentally prepare myself for that one. That's not a thing you needed to do, is the thing you needed to do, is it?
ええ。だけど、心配されたからつい。
Saki giggled, but it seemed fake to me. Okay, I'll go. I'm not happy about it.
あら、なんで急にそんな前向きになってるのよ。普段の兄さんはもっと情けないじゃない。
Or pathetic. Look, I can't help but worry when you make that face. Look at this blushing face. I tried to pet her head, but just before my fingers touched her, she moved out of the way. Wow!
ダメ。そんなことされたら、また先延ばしにしちゃうわ。
Saki put her finger to my lips.
することをしたら、そしたら今度こそお父さんたちに会ってもらおうかしら。なんてね。
I am humming so hard. Alright. There was no way my relationship with Saki could just stay the way it has now. I knew that we had crossed a line in our relationship, so we couldn't stop now. Should I at least take you home?
大丈夫。今日は一人で帰るわ。寂しいと思う気持ちを忘れたら、きっと立ち向かえないから。
Saki? I couldn't hear Saki's voice very well in the noise of the crowd.
それじゃあ兄さん、また明日。
What? Okay, well. She turned around and looked away from me.
いい夢を見られるようにしないとね。
She murmured. I reached for her, but she had quickly moved away. I wasn't concerned enough about it to go after her. So I just watched as she walked away. What could this mean? Dude, this is a game where it's hard for me to guru, okay? Because it gives me so much... Oh, Jesus. Here we fucking go, dude. Today, I dreamed again of coming to this room. The doors closed behind me as usual, and now I couldn't leave this room until I woke up.
だけど、今日は思った通りにできたのかしら。
I had a premonition. No, I had wished for it to be true. Maybe it was thanks to that I was the only one in this room tonight. So you can tell it's like a different perspective just because the text box changes to like a reddish sort of color, whereas normally it's like a purple. Nissan wasn't on the sofa we always sat on. Alice wasn't sitting on the other side of the table with her arms around her knees, and Yayoi-senpai wasn't leaning against the table as she usually did. Her Saka-san wasn't sitting a ways away with her guitar at her side. Her guitar wasn't even there either. As always, there were steaming hot pots? Ooh, I could go for some hot pot. Steaming teapots, pastries, and cakes that were endlessly replenished no matter how much you ate. The room was always filled with a sweet scent and made me think of a dream confectionery burp kitchen. But that smell wasn't going to tempt me into eating tonight. I didn't come here to chat with the others.
ねえ、いるんでしょ？
Oh boy.
マヤちゃん。
Oh boy, there it is. I had a feeling, but, you know, I wasn't guessing. I was certain as I called out that name. Oh god. And it's gonna go, you know, the music. My fingers were trembling as they grazed the edge of the table. If I'd been holding a teacup, it would have been clattering. If Nissan had been there, I'd have been wanting to cling to him, 'cause Maya's some scary shit. But I left him behind, so I had to endure it on my own. I almost murmured Nissan when...
やっと呼んでくれたわね、サキちゃん。
Oh my god. There it is! She didn't keep me waiting. Maya-chan suddenly appeared in the room as if she had always been there. Because she probably has. No, I think she was there the whole time.
だけどまさかサキちゃんが私を呼ぶだなんて。お兄ちゃんじゃないのに夢をこんな風に扱うとは思ってなかったわ。
Because Saki can't manipulate the dream like we can.
兄さんがやっていたのを見てればこのくらいはできるわ。
And Yayoi Senpai and Alice-san can do it as well, not just Nissan. So I should be able to do it too, so long as I was strong enough. There was no reason I couldn't do it.
なるほど。ずいぶんサキちゃんも慣れたのかしら。
As always, Maya giggled in a way that made it look like she was planning something, because she's always planning something.
お兄ちゃんとエッチしたから身も心も近づいたのかしらね。知ってるんだ。
Well, what? She literally knows everything that involving us. We can't escape. There's no her being gone until, you know.
ええ、今までのことも、あとはこれからのことも少しだけ。
What will happen?
これから？それどういう意味？夢の世界だもの。これがどんな夢なのか、それが分かればこれからのことで分かることもあるわ。
Ah, it's kind of like me with my guru powers. Until they fail.
今までのことだってきっとお兄ちゃんのことに関してなら誰よりもよく分かってるわ。間違いなくサキちゃんよりも。
It's pretty ominous, to be honest, though.
そう。マーヤちゃんは兄さんの目を通して今までのことを見ているのね。
Considering she's directly connected to us, yes.
きっとそう。私に見えるのはほとんどがそんな世界。そうなんだわ。
Maya-chan looked a little lonely as she said this.
私が見ているものは私だけのものじゃないのよね。私とは見ているものが違うの？ええ、だからきっとサキちゃんのことを一番よく見ているのはお兄ちゃんよ。安心した？
Aren't you just happy?
どうかしら。兄さんって私のこと分かったようなふりして本当はそんなに分かってないと思うから。それはサキちゃんが素直じゃないのがいけないのよ。だって
Because if I had stayed honest, I wouldn't have been able to take Maya-chan's place and become Nissan's sister. I had to do it this way, so...
そういえばそのお兄ちゃんはそろそろフラッと来るかなって思ったんだけど。
Oh, this is a one-on-one tonight.
さあ、今日は来ないんじゃないかしら。
No good. My hands were shaking, but I had to keep it together. I couldn't let Nissan, no, Toru-chan, push himself anymore. No, it wasn't just Toru-chan.
そう、まあいいわ。それでサキちゃん、私に何のご用かしら？お別れをしに来たの。
Ooh. Oh, that's right. It wasn't just Toru-chan. I too almost certainly lingered over Maya-chan. In that dark forest, that place where Toru-chan and Maya-chan parted ways, a place I knew nothing about. Toru-chan had said goodbye to Maya-chan there. I did, but that never works. But what about me? Oh, is that why she's still lingering around? Because you haven't said bye?
お別れ？ええ、そう。お別れ。そういえば私はマイヤちゃんときちんとしてなかったなと思って。
That's right. I hadn't said goodbye to Maya-chan. Because I'd had Toru-chan next to me, who lingered over Maya-chan more than anyone else, I'd been able to stay calm. That feeling of maintaining my calm because there was someone else who was panicking. I just accepted it. But even I wondered if Maya-chan might someday come out of that forest. So,
だからマヤちゃんお別れしましょう。
why do I feel like this isn't gonna go like you wanted it? When I said this again, I had a feeling that I couldn't turn back now. Maya-chan lifted the corners of her mouth slightly.
サキちゃんにできるかしら。できるわ。今日はそのために来たんだもの。
But can you really?
なら本当にできるか見せてもらおうかしら。
Oh, Jesus, no. Whoa! Maya-chan said happily before snapping her fingers like Toru-chan. Just then, the world spun around. Oh! Well, hello? Where am I? What world did we just enter? I was coming to wake Toru-chan up, like always. Uh-oh. Hello?
トールちゃん早く出ないとまた勝手に扉開けるわよ。
Dude, it's like whenever Maya shows up, she's like one of the best characters in this game, and it's just like making deals with the devil over here. That's how intense it is. I spoke into the intercom, but there was no answer. In fact, there was no sign of anyone at all.
しょうがないな。
Oh, is she gonna be like alive still? Oh, jeez. I pulled out the key to Toru-chan's apartment that Dad had given me. Even if I was the landlord's daughter and Toru-chan's childhood friend, it wasn't good to unlock the door and enter without permission. I understood that, but...
しょうがないじゃない。トールちゃんが悪いんだから。
But fuck that. If he didn't get up soon, he would be late. Plus, there was the issue of breakfast. Yeah. Ooh, some hash browns? Oh, no, there was a bigger issue at hand. And I was nipping it in the bud. So he should thank me. Yeah. I decided to open the door. Hello? I opened it and quickly checked the shoes at the entrance.
またなのね。
Yeah, my head hurt. Putting my hand to the head, I laid my bag on the floor like always and approached the bed. Here it comes. It was a really big bed, far too big for just one person. Yeah, you keep saying, you keep dropping them hints. We had bought it from someone in the company. There were 2 lumps under the futon on the bed. Yup. I sighed and grabbed the edge of the futon.
二人とも起きなさい。
Oh, I tore the futon off with all my strength. Damn. Even though the futon had been torn off, Toru-chan still looked half asleep as he hugged his body pillow.
おはよう、サキちゃん。
Oh, god damn it. That body pillow was Maya-chan, who greeted me in her lackadaisical tone. When the brain dies, as usual.
とりあえず離れなさい。
Like always, I peeled Toru-chan away from Maya-chan. Although I was used to it by now, this wasn't the type of thing a person should get used to. What? I'm just clinging to my sister in my sleep. Is that a problem? But it happened enough that I just dealt with it. I sighed and looked down at the 2 of them. Oh, the fucking trial has begun. Oh, jeez.
サキちゃんってば、毎朝よく飽きないわね。
Maya-chan prepared breakfast like she always did. Like she always did! Humming to herself.
そっちこそ、私はいい加減やめなさいっていつも言ってるじゃない。いやよ。だって私、お兄ちゃんのそばにいないと死んじゃうんだもの。
Why did you say that? You just fucking crushed my soul right there with just that one line. Die. Those words caused my head to hurt for a moment. But only for a moment. I soon sighed again.
まったく。これじゃトールちゃんがどうして家を出たのかわからなくなっちゃうじゃない。
In fact, if anything, things have gotten more questionable now that their parents couldn't see them. What about me? Having finished changing, Toru-chan came out of the bathroom stifling a yawn.
どうもこうも。なんでいつもマイヤちゃんが布団に入ってきてるのに気づかないのよ。
Because I'm asleep. And this is alternate universe me. Where Maya's still alive. So I don't have to worry about these crazy dreams anymore. Too much anyway. If I don't notice, then I don't notice. After all, it's when I'm asleep. Toru-chan and Maya-chan had always slept poorly, so they got tired more often than your average person, and they were often half asleep. Toru-chan often said that he didn't notice when Maya-chan got into his bed because he was so tired. I can't help it. I sleep well when Maya's next to me, and she smells so good, too. Ow! I was close by, so I chopped his shin with my hand. Wait, what? You leaned down to whap my shin? I aimed for the painfully bony part. Ooh! That my martial arts teacher had shown me.
変態、シスコン、エッチ。サキちゃんってば焼いてるの？
Damn.
心配なんです。いつトールちゃんがマイヤちゃんに手出しするかと思うと。
It's fine.
大丈夫よ、サキちゃん。そうなっても私は構わないから。
Monk ass.
だから心配なの。
Saki's like, yeah, I know. Yeah, well, I think it'll be okay. After all, Maya and I are siblings. Uh-huh. Acting way calmer than he should in a situation like this, Toru-chan sat down in his usual seat and flipped through the channels on the TV. He rubbed at the spot on his leg that I hit. Seeing his slightly tired-looking face made me feel stupid for getting irritated. Giggling, Maya-chan started placing breakfast on the table. What is breakfast exactly?
それに、私が朝来なくなったら、お兄ちゃんってばきちんとご飯食べられなくなっちゃうわよ。
I wouldn't want that.
だとしても、なんでご飯を作りに来るのにいちいちトールちゃんの布団に潜り込む必要があるのか聞きたいわね。
So that I can be his body pillow.
お兄ちゃんと一緒の布団ってとても気持ちいいのよ。それに毎朝早起きするのって疲れちゃうんだもの。サキちゃんが起こしに来るまでもう一眠りしてもいいじゃない。
But something might happen in that amount of time.
じゃあ時々こっそりキスマークつけたりしてるのはなんで？
Oh, hold on there. Toru-chan was oblivious, so he seemingly hadn't noticed, but there was sometimes hickeys on his neck. I hadn't put them there, so it could only be one other person.
なんとなく。
Whoa! Is that the reason why I sometimes get attacked by Tetsuya for no reason?
トールちゃん、本当に今まで気づいてなかったの？
You'd think they would have at least pointed it out to me.
大好きなお兄ちゃんだもの。変な女が寄ってきたら困るでしょ？
Maya chuckled, unconcerned.
それに、サキちゃんはお兄ちゃんにキスマークをつけてるのが誰だか分かってるんだし。だから何なのかしら？
Saki is done. Toru-chan tilted his head with a dumb look on his face.
言っていいの？私がトールちゃんのことを好きなのなんて隠してないからいいわよ。
Saki, I'd already told him I loved him a long time ago. We had been on dates and held hands and locked arms. We hadn't kissed yet, though. Those dates always involved 3 people. Oh, Maya-chan would hold his other hand and lock arms with him. Maybe they'd even kissed. Ooh, it must have shown on my face that I was thinking this because Maya-chan looked at me and giggled.
まだダメ。お兄ちゃんは私のものだもの。サキちゃんにはあげないわ。そのうちきちんと奪い取ってあげるから。
The trial. What? Hey, why isn't anyone asking about my opinion? Because if I've realized anything throughout this whole game, Toru, our opinion doesn't matter. They're gonna do what they're gonna do, regardless of what we say. So, Toru-chan gave us a troubled look as he munched on the breakfast Maya-chan had made. I couldn't help but think that he was cute, even though he was 2 years older than me, and a boy. But his sister next to him, who was the same age as me, gave a confident smile.
バカね。お兄ちゃんが私とサキちゃん以外のものになれるとでも思ってるの？
Like, Hey, I belong to myself, you know.
まだ家にいた頃、マーヤちゃんにくっつかれてお兄ちゃん大変ですってぼやいてたのは誰だっけ？
Well, that's why I started living alone.
それで毎朝ベッドの中でイチャイチャしてたら意味がないわよね。
I chastised Toru-chan, who made a troubled face. I was probably wrong to think that was actually cute.
大丈夫よ。どんなことがあっても私からお兄ちゃんを襲うようなことはしないから。いたずらはするけど。
Always with the tormenting. That's what this is. I'd like it if you stopped doing that too.
お兄ちゃんにきちんと恋人ができたら、その相手に悪いからやめてあげるわ。
Mai-chan smiled happily. But to me, it looked like the smile of an incredibly beautiful but poisonous flower. Oh. Mai-chan had once said something similar. She said that my smile was like a beautiful blade that would cut you if you touched it. How rude. I mean, is she wrong? Like,
そういえば最近お兄ちゃんってば部活の先輩が綺麗だって言ってたわよね。
no. Oh, you mean Lutwidge Senpai? Oh, jeez. My ears perked up at that name.
もしかしてその先輩のことが好きなのかしら。
I mean, maybe in another route, but this one is... no, it's not love. She's serious and kind and caring and... Oh...
肌白いし美人だし胸大きいものね。
She does have gigantic breasts, yes, she does.
顔立ちは結構好みだとしても他の2つは私とサキちゃんじゃ勝てないわね。
Wait! Where's this conversation going all of a sudden?
どうするサキちゃん。お兄ちゃんが胸が大きくないとダメだったら。別にこのままのペースなら私は平均以上になると思うもの。
Yeah, she's already got it. Like, I was a little proud of it. Although it felt more like a tie, since I couldn't win against Maya-chan in other respects. Even amongst my classmates, my breasts were on the larger side, and I was still growing. Then again, I didn't know if I'd be able to win against someone who was mixed like Lutwidge Senpai. You can't win against Yayoi in the breast department. That's her one of her things. She boobs all the time, but we don't know how she boobs. Hey, I don't judge girls by their breasts.
でも胸も見てるわよね。
You're damn right I do.
サキちゃんの胸が大きくなってから結構気にしてるように見えるんだけど。
Toru-chan let out a tired groan. God, why did my sister and childhood friend end up like this?
そんなのお兄ちゃんがはっきりさせないからに決まってるじゃない。
Classic Toru, yes. In response to these merciless words from his younger sister, Toru-chan looked away. And Maya-chan wasn't the type to leave it at that. At that, she leaned in towards Toru-chan and looked up at him from right beside him.
小さい子供じゃないんだし、したいこととかどうすればいいのかとか分かってるんでしょ？
Hey, Maya, I sipped at my tea and made no effort to stop her. It would be best if Tover-chan thought of us as girls a little more. If Maya-chan was the one who did it, then I wouldn't have to get my hands dirty.
何？もしかして女の子から押し倒してくれるのを待ってるの？それならそんな機会永遠に来ないわよ。
What are the chances of that happening? Well, I'm not that unrealistic.
そう？だったらその気になれば手近にいるところを押し倒しちゃえばいいじゃない。
Cause that's a no-no. She was right, and when that time came, all I had to do was act a little bashfully and accept it. I wondered if Tover-chan noticed what I was thinking behind my expression.
それとも押し倒せないくらい遠いところに気になる相手でもいるの？いるの？
Wait, you're girls, so I don't think you should talk about that stuff in front of a guy.
何が困るのかしら。私もサキちゃんも別に困らないけど。
I sipped my tea and remained silent. Of course, I was only talking about this sort of thing because of where we were and who was present.
それともお兄ちゃんは私たちのこと好きじゃないの？
Why is this happening to me? Mai-chan stared at Toru-chan with teary-looking eyes. That was unfair. If she did the same thing to me, then I was sure I wouldn't be able to refuse her, even if we were the same sex.
こらこら、マイヤちゃんは実の妹でしょうが。大丈夫。それでも私、お兄ちゃんを満足させる自信があるわ。
Whew! Hold the hoozle. Let's... Because of how quick she wants to say things like this, it was always dangerous to leave them alone. No, see...
ま、私もマイヤちゃんとなら3人一緒でもいいけど。
Well, it would be fine to just butt in just enough to get them to notice me. If I just leave them for too long, then one day I might show up in the morning to find out they've crossed the line in their relationship. 3 of us? Toru-chan looked at me with a troubled expression.
だって3人で一緒に住むとしてもどう見ても恋人は私の方じゃない？マイヤちゃんは妹だもの。そうね。別に他の人にどう見られても構わないし、私もいいわよ。
We're entering some dangerous and weird territory. I wondered how our giggling looked to Tover-chan. Well, we almost certainly looked like laughing demons to him. Aw, jeez, you two, give it a rest. I'm leaving. Tover-chan gulped down the rest of his breakfast, grabbed his bag, and left the apartment as if running away.
先に行くなんて言ってたけど、きちんと待ってるくせに。
He says, I'm leaving, and then he just steps down there and waits.
お人よしなのよ。あと、私たちが3人でいいって言うと、ほっとするのよね。
This is my life now. With my childhood friend and my sister. Probably wasn't for sexual reasons.
本当に、それでもいいけど。
But Maya-chan and I were saying we were fine with it, even in a sexual sense.
そうね。きっとそれはずっと幸せでしょうね。
It was cold outside, but Toru-chan would be waiting anyway. He would just look a little angry, say, let's go, and start walking. I would be on his left, and Maya-chan would be on his right. We would both grab his arms. We would go to school, gazing at Toru-chan's face as he blushed. It would be the norm for us, and the 3 of us would always be together.
それはきっと楽しくてしょうがないんでしょうね。
It's all it does to see if you can actually say goodbye!
さきちゃん？
But I...
だけど、それは叶わないものなのよね。
Oh, no. I pulled a pistol out of my bag and aimed it at Maya-chan. Oh my god! I ignored the surprised look on Maya-chan's face. I aimed at the dream and pulled the trigger. Damn! You were just playing along! You got me. You got me there. Oh. Oh, oh no. Hey. She, like I said, she got me there. God damn it. This game.